Welcome back. This week we're looking at the difference, or I should say listening for the difference, between the doo-wop progression and the pop progression. As a quick reminder, we're working in the key of C here. The doo-wop progression, here's what I listen for. The doo-wop progression goes from the C chord to the A minor to F to G7. And for me, it's all about where the minor chord comes in, right? Minor chords are a little bit more distinctive from the major chords, as opposed to whether it's, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5, or whatever. So I always listen to where the minor chord comes. If I've got my nice strong 1 chord that I'm starting with, both progressions start with this root chord, and I go to the minor, ooh, that really packs the punch right away. It takes us nice and deep. When that minor chord goes to, in this case, the F chord, or in music theory, it's the 4 chord, there's that lift, because there's only one difference between that chord. It's 1 note. Here's my A minor. I'm going to put my index finger down on the 1st fret of E. Oh, what a difference that 1 note makes. And I feel like we're being lifted up out of the depths here. And then that G7 is just screaming for us to come on home back to the 1 chord, back to the root, in this case C. So see if you can hear what I'm hearing here. I'm going to stop talking. You to find a reference song for yourself that you can kind of audiate along with it. For me, it's a song like Stand By Me. When the night has come, ooh, and I'm waiting, I know that minor chord is coming. I can feel it. Yes, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we see. Or in the chorus, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand by me. Again, that oh, stand right down into the pits of despair. I mean, minor chords really aren't that dramatic, but they just really, I feel like they just punch you in the gut, right? Oh, stand, coming out, round home, back to the C chord, right? You might think of another song, right? Pick any one of the songs that I did from the previous video, right? From that whole mishmash of all your doo-wop songs. When I listen for the pop progression, very different, because we're going to start on C again, but instead of going to the minor chord, we're going to go to the 5 chord. We're kind of going, it feels almost like we're going backwards. We're going to go to the G7, and in some ways, I feel like that could take me right back, right? If I have a 2 chord song, it's most likely going to be this 1, out to the 5, back to the 1. There's sort of a seesaw there. But in this case, we're going to go from the 5 chord, then to the minor. Ooh, and then just a little lift out of there. So it's not quite that same journey. We kind of start here on the root. We sort of are like, wait, what are we doing here? And then we go down to that minor chord, lift ourselves out. And there, it's not really driving us back home so much as just sort of starting over. You can decide how it feels for you. I'm going to stop talking now and just listen to the sequence here. I wonder if maybe I think of this 5 chord sometimes as the question chord, the sort of like, I'm not going to end the song there. It's very unresolved. It kind of asks a question. Oof, that was an answer I wasn't prepared to hear. But I'm going to work it through, and I'm going to find my way back to my equilibrium, back to home, right? Whatever story you want to tell yourself that you can hear echoed in that chord progression. We can't sing chords the way that we can sing melodies, but we can audiate them, and we can audiate the overall sound and affect of them, how they make us feel, what kind of sounds we're anticipating coming from our instruments. All right, so I would encourage you to just take a moment right now, go back and forth between those progressions, pick a reference song for yourself to kind of attach yourself to, and then in the next video I'm going to give you a little quiz, see how you do.